It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Presents, family, maybe even a little surprise bonus from the IRS.
A bonus from the IRS.
Yeah. Well, maybe not a bonus for everyone, but some people might actually be in for a nice little treat this tax season.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going with this. You're talking about those scenarios where you actually get money back from the IRS.
Right. Exactly. We're talking potentially up to $1,400.
$1,400. Wow. Now that would definitely help with holiday shopping.
Well, hold on, hold on. Don't go spending it just yet. Like I said, it's not for everyone.
Right, of course.
But there are a few ways this could happen.
Right.
Like, for example, some people might have some stimulus money that they never claimed, or they might be eligible for a bigger tax refund than usual.
Yeah, I've heard about that. And wasn't there something about the child tax credit too?
Yeah, good memory. Leftover child tax credit funds, yeah.
Yeah.
So there are a few different things to consider.
Okay. Well, let's break it down then. Where should we start?
Well, let's start with those stimulus checks. They seem to be a big one. So let me ask you, what about these stimulus checks from a couple of years back, 2021, I think it was?
Right. A lot of people are actually still eligible for some of that money, believe it or not. It's called the Recovery Rebate Credit.
Recovery Rebate Credit.
Yeah, basically, if your income in 2020 was lower than it was in 2021, you might have actually qualified for a bigger stimulus check back then than you actually got.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. So this credit basically lets you claim the difference now.
So like someone who maybe lost their job early in 2020, but then, later on that year got a new job, maybe even a better paying job, their taxes from 2020, those wouldn't reflect that increase, that new income.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the kind of scenario we're talking about?
Exactly. They might have qualified for a much larger payment initially because their income was lower, at the beginning of the year, but then their situation changed, their income went up, so they maybe didn't get everything they were entitled to. This recovery rebate credit, that helps to kind of, fill in that gap.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay.
So it's definitely worth checking out. See if your 2021 situation might make you eligible.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the stimulus catch-up. Now, beyond that, what about just larger tax refunds in general? What might cause someone to get a bigger refund than they're used to?
Well, one thing that's been in the news a lot lately is the expansion of some of those tax credits.
Tax credits.
Yeah. For example, the earned income tax credit. Now, this is designed to help working families, lower to moderate income.
Mm.
And because of some recent changes, more people actually qualify for it now. And not only that, they qualify for more money.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So depending on your specific situation, that could definitely mean a larger refund for you.
So even if you've never even heard of some of these tax credits, it's worth checking them out because, well, you could be leaving money on the table.
Absolutely.
Okay. Then there's another thing. That's withholding, right?
Oh, yeah. Withholding. That's important.
So can you quickly remind everyone what that is again? Just in case.
Sure. Withholding is, it's the amount of money that your employer takes out of your paycheck for taxes, every paycheck. And if you had less tax withheld during the year, you might get a bigger refund now.
Yeah, because they over withheld.
Exactly. But, of course, you got to be careful, too. You don't want to under withhold.
Oh, right. Yeah, because then you could end up owing money.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's all about finding that right balance.
Right. Finding that sweet spot. Okay, now I wanted to make sure we talk about the child tax credit before we wrap up here. The expanded program from 2021, that's gone now, right?
Mhm.
But I keep hearing that there might be some leftover money that people can still claim. Is that true?
That's right. Yeah. The expanded credit itself, yeah, that's expired. But if you qualified for it back in 2021, you might still be able to claim whatever's left of it when you file your 2021 taxes.
2021 taxes.
Yeah.
So even though we're filing for 2023 right now.
Right. This is specifically for 2021.
Gotcha. So this is especially important for families who maybe, had a child in 2021, but maybe for whatever reason they didn't get the full amount of the credit back then.
Exactly. So it's really like a last chance to get those benefits, even though the program itself isn't running anymore.
Okay. Got it. Now, before everyone gets too excited and starts planning a shopping spree, we do need to say,
oh, yeah, we gotta put the brakes on a little bit.
yeah, there's no guarantees here.
Definitely not. I mean, that $1,400 figure, that was just an example. The real amount that, any individual could receive, if any at all, it really depends on your own personal situation, your income, your dependents, all those sorts of things.
Right. So it's like Santa might have a gift with your name on it, but you got to send in that wish list, or in this case, your tax return, to find out for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
And I imagine accuracy in getting it in on time, that's going to be super important, right?
Oh, absolutely. Filing accurately and filing on time is key.
Yeah.
And don't rely on rumors or, word of mouth.
Right?
Stick to official sources like the IRS website, or if you need help, talk to a qualified tax professional.
Great advice. So while a Santa IRS is a fun thought, the real takeaway is to understand your own personal situation.
Right. Know what you might be eligible for.
Exactly. Exactly.
And maybe we can even take this a step further.
Okay. How so?
Well, all these examples we've been talking about, the stimulus checks, the credits, they kind of make you think about some bigger picture stuff.
Like what?
Well, like what do they tell us about how tax policy is changing? What about how the government supports the economy? Those are some interesting things to think about as you start, figuring out your own financial picture.
Wow. Yeah, some really good food for thought there.
Yeah.
Well, as always, be sure to check out the show notes. You can find links to all the resources we talked about.
Yep, all the good stuff.
All right. Happy filing, everyone,
Good luck.
and happy holidays.
Happy holidays.